So I think one of the biggest problems most people on Substack have is converting free subscribers into paid subscribers. I know this is something I'm always experimenting with and struggling with and trying to figure out as well. My conversion rate is probably quite low because my free growth is quite fast, so it takes a while for that to kind of catch up. But I think there are a few straightforward, simple things that people can do on Substack to get more um, free subscribers to convert into paid. So I'm just going to talk about five now, written down on this page. And the first of those is paywalling your posts. So this is a thing that, again, people struggle with. People aren't really sure exactly how much of their content they should paywall. But I think that paywalling at least half of your posts on Substack is a really good way to increase your conversion rate from free to paid. So if you have a post that you think is excellent and the content's fantastic and it's a certain length, so it's not like a 2 minute read, but it's maybe like a 5 or 6 minute read, something like that, with real good actionable takeaways for people, then that's a really good post to paywall. I wouldn't advise paywalling all your content because your free stuff is also discovery for your publication as well. So I would recommend paywalling maybe half or even a third of your best content. People will come across that. They'll read the first third of it, paywall it about that point, and then at that stage they might decide to upgrade to being a paid member of your publication. Next, create an exclusive paid member section within your publication. I've done this recently. I created a member resource hub for how to write for a living, and only paid members get access to that. And I just will update that continuously with new content. It's filled with videos and how-to guides and that sort of stuff for paid members. And if you create that section on your site, then it's not going to interfere with everything else that you're doing. It will kind of be its own little area, and people can subscribe to that bit on its own if they want to. So if you want to talk about how to make Substack better, how to get people to grow their Substacks and that sort of thing, but you don't want to interfere with everything else that you're doing, and this is my approach, then I have that set to one side and only paid members get access to that. Thirdly, create a bit of FOMO, fear of missing out. So do that with chats in the threads. Make paid only thread chats that only paid members can see. Create content that's exclusively for paid members, and create cohorts and group sessions, like Zoom chats and stuff like that, where you can chat directly to your paid members. And you can invite in special guests and that sort of thing. A lot of other publication editors will do that, and it works really, really well. So create that FOMO where people can see what you're doing and maybe get a bit of a taster of it, but they can't quite get access to it. And that's a good way of bumping people into upgrading to a paid subscription. Run offers all the time. Well, not all the time, but you know what I mean. Like whenever it suits. Whenever you hit a certain milestone, whenever you are whenever you've added a new aspect to your publication, for instance, that's a good time to run an offer. Maybe offer like 20% or 30% off your subscription. And what I tend to do is offer money off my annual subscription, because I don't want people subscribing for a cheaper price and then just leaving after they've read everything and consumed all my content after a month. So I want to encourage people to upgrade to annual subscriptions. So that's why I'll offer that money off annual subs only. Run that for a couple of weeks, send out a few emails, like ad hoc emails in the background that people don't see. Mention about it in posts at some stage where the post is specifically about it, or you just mention it at the start or the end. But run offers periodically, not all the time, as I said at the start of this bit, and give people who maybe been on the fence a really good reason to just jump off the fence and become a paid subscriber and join that tier. Promote your paid tier in your free posts, so make sure that you have a call to action somewhere in all of your free content, whether it's at the start like I do, or maybe somewhere in the middle, or at the end. But somewhere at some point in your free content, there should be a call to action for your readers to upgrade to your pay tier. Again, just give them that bump. They're already reading your great free content, and they know there's going to be even better for paid content behind your paywall. So encourage them to do that, and put those calls to action in your free content. And finally, share about these things in notes. So notes is obviously the social media wing of Substack, and it's where you should post personal content, updates about your life. I think people do like that. It builds loyalty, it builds engagement with your audience. But it's a good base just to shout out about your paywalled paid tier content as well. So don't be afraid to occasionally, at least occasionally, promote your paid tier in notes as well, especially if you're running an offer, especially if you added a new aspect to it. It definitely helps to push people towards jumping on off the fence and becoming paid members of your publication. So there's 6 things that you can do on Substack to increase free to paid conversion. That's just a very basic overview. I'll talk about this kind of stuff in more depth inside my member resource hub, my publication, How to Write for a Living. So I'll link to it in the show notes below. And check it out. And if you have any questions about that, don't be afraid to ask in the comments, or even DM me on Substack if you're on there as well. And I will chat to you soon. Thanks.